joy and all that. I can't say what I'm overwhelmed with.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So it just brings me so much joy that you guys are all here. Most of us know each other, but we'll get to know each other more later. First and foremost, I want to thank Johanna, who let us use her. Right? Amazing. I know some of us are taking pictures of each other, but we're like, how about that picture? Like, what about this? What about that? Because it's so beautiful. And she's been my friend for probably 30 years. She's a hard-working single mom with 2 beautiful twins. So,
And not to go for long.
yeah, she's engaged. Arnie's not allowed here. He's out with he's out running the twins around. So we love him. He's a good man. So just wanted to say a few things to Johanna. Teresa, you did a lot of helping me get this stuff together because you are an expert at banquet stuff. And a lot of people here, over half the people here, donated these beautiful, wonderful baskets. So thank you to all of you guys who did that. And we're selling raffle tickets, so thank you to everybody else that brought stuff. Or, I'm sorry, that are buying tickets. And thank you to Gina for yelling at you guys. So I was trying to think when I first knew about trauma recovery yoga, and I was a practicing yoga teacher, and I think I was just like kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing right now, And my cousin Kelsey, her father-in-law is a trauma. At that time, he was a trauma recovery. He had just started teaching. So Kelsey was like, "Have you heard of trauma recovery yoga?" I was like, "No," but I was willing to, I was looking for something to spark up my yoga practice. Oh wait, one more thank you to Trinity, who's our bartender outside. Sorry, I couldn't see everybody. So, anyways, her father-in-law Max is a trauma recovery teacher, and so I just was like, I'm gonna take this course and see how it goes, And I learned so much. I wanted to teach more. I wanted to teach in recovery centers. I wanted to teach to kids. I wanted to teach in jail systems. I wanted to bring it everywhere. So there's a lot of that mental health stuff is near and dear to my heart. But so you'll find more out about that for yourselves. But that's how I found out about it. I've loved it ever since. I stepped back from it. It was just a little too much on my heart to take. So I stepped back from it. But for whatever reason this year, I just wanted to break out of my shell a little bit and have this party and introduce you all to it, because anybody can teach this yoga. And I really think that every single one of us can take these simple self-regulation tips home and use them. And you can use it, you're a teacher, you could use it in your classrooms. There's so many things that you can just do for free that you don't need a bunch. So it's just, if you can take one thing from it, it's valuable. So I want to introduce, this is my tri-team here, Tiffany Wheeler and Allison Chambers. They've come. They're going to be your people that after we speak a minute, you can ask them questions and they'll tell you a little bit more about that. So come on over here. This is, so we've only just met in person once. Well, this is second time, because we met when I did the training, you came. But there was 100 of us, right? But yeah, we don't remember. But I'm going to hand it over to her, and she's going to take it away and share her story with you and how she came into this and what she feels about it. Yay!
I'm still getting used to public speaking, so I'm using some props here. I want to thank Carol and Joanna for hosting this beautiful event, and for all of you being here and donating. And, trauma recovery yoga makes me cry all the time, and it's a good thing. So, as she said, I'm Allison Chambers, and I'm here to tell you about the mission of trauma recovery yoga. A bit about my story and how I became involved with trauma recovery yoga. After 30 years of being married to a man who had become increasingly emotionally abusive, I got up the courage to tell him that I wanted a divorce. His response was to kill himself. 2 years later, my body told me that I had unresolved trauma in the form of excruciating tension headaches. The universe sent me Joyce Bozen and Trauma Recovery Yoga. 6 years later, I am free of the headaches and I am living a most grateful and purposeful life. So, it's not in here, but I'm going to digress a moment. Joyce brought Trauma Recovery Yoga classes to a building that I owned on Las Vegas Boulevard. And we had these classes every Wednesday evening for 4 years. One of the first people who attended the class was Max Carter. And,
Shout out, Max!
and
He's sad he's not here.
you know,
I know. He could have put it this.
I was new to, I was a woman who never ever wanted to do yoga, let's put it that way first. And then Max showed up at yoga and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I need this. And at the end of that first hour, he was hooked. Shavasana did it for him. And Max is my ride or die. So, I became really involved with Trauma Recovery Yoga, not just practicing the yoga. I wear different hats with Try now. I'm the documentarian. I write a blog post every month about a Try teacher, a Try project. We're global now. We're in Iraq. During a global pandemic lockdown, we created a new website last year, and I'm the website manager. And the most recent hat I put on is community class manager. We have teachers who provide classes in places like Child Haven, that's every day, every weekday, and Desert Parkway Behavioral Hospital, and we also do some classes for UNLV students. So Joyce had created Trauma Recovery Yoga after her 22-year-old son died, and she was diagnosed with PTSD. She's gone on to teach over 1,000 of us the Try method, as we sometimes call it. And our teacher training workshops used to be in person in Las Vegas. They were adapted during the pandemic lockdown into a wonderful virtual experience. The unexpected bonus of virtual trainings on the Zoom platform in our trainings is people from all over the globe are able to participate without the expense or hassle of traveling to an in-person workshop in Las Vegas. And as I said, we now have people teaching Try classes all over the world. We just finished our last training of 2021 last week, and our next training will be in February. One of the great things our Try teachers provide are mindful movement classes for children. It's a version of Try specifically designed for children, and we provide those in local Title I schools that have an economically disadvantaged population. So we're currently holding a fundraiser to replace yoga mats for these youngsters, and $600 will provide one school with 50 mats, which is enough for the one class.
Can I break in real quick?
Yes.
This is a good segue to all of this tonight is fundraiser for that, and we have currently right now supplied 4 schools. Keep it up. We'll have this out for a little while longer. So 4 schools we've got
I'm
covered.
trying really hard not to cry. Okay, so our gifts to you tonight on this table are informational SRR cards and essential oils. These were made by Joyce in her kitchen. And the cards describe self-regulation for resilience. That's SRR. And it's a very important part of TRI. It's the basis. And on the reverse side of the card is the science of scent. And it talks about how the essential oils tie in with trauma recovery. And I've also brought just a handful of flyers with the information that I'm covering right now. But not everybody wants to take a piece of paper home. So I can also, if you want to leave your email address for me in my book, I will send you this exact same thing and it'll have clickable links. Or you can take a picture of this. All right, and I think let me just see one more. Oh, one of the important things I wanted to say was this next teacher training workshop that's coming up, it's February 5th and 6th.